All right, so before we start, let me introduce you to Sakchin Zhang. He is the Managing Director from GDIN, previously called Born to Global. GDIN stands for Global Digital Innovation Network, right? Okay, and Global Digital Innovation Network, Born to Global, has been an innovation partner with GSMA and Digital Transformation Acceleration Forum for the last, say, 24 months. And we'll be working together with these guys to really promote, promote very innovative startups from all around the world. And for these startups to work with, existing mobile operators and traditional leading vertical players to further enhance digital transformation across the board and across the region. Okay, so please welcome Sakchin Zhang, and he will be the moderator for the next hour and a half.
Thank you, Johnny. Thank you for filling up the room. I'm Sakchin, but I'm not the important person here. We have 16 amazing startups with us, not just from Korea, but from Asia and the Pacific. Another important thing is that, and as you can see, these are amazing technology companies, ranging from areas like artificial intelligence to intelligent cities to life technology and ESG and sustainability. And as the theme of this M360 Soul is to build digital nations, I can by far guarantee you that this is a single most important session of M360 Soul, because we are giving you the technologies that will build digital nations. As an example, some of you remember the two startups that pitched this morning, the keynote speakers, Rebellions and Bear Robotics. Exactly 1 year ago in Singapore at M360 last year, those two companies were among the 16 that pitched during our session. So it's only natural to think that out of these 16, we'll get the next Rebellions and the next Bear Robotics. And I can guarantee you, having looked at their pitch decks, that the next 90 minutes are not going to be boring in no way. So to kick this off, we've arranged the order in terms of AI, intelligent cities, life tech, and ESG. And to start off, it's my great honor to show you the first presenter, Korean company, but now he's heading the Korean joint venture in Lao PDR. And here's Coconut Silo. Come on, Tony.
Hi, good afternoon, Sabaidi, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Tony Han, CEO of Lao Smart Mobility. So it's such a great honor for me to how we are digitizing the world's one of the most poorest country in the world into digital. So Lao Smart Mobility is a joint venture company formed by Hyundai's in-house startup called Coconut Silo, and the biggest, it's the biggest private company in Lao PDR, Cola Group. As you can see, Laos is a young and country with young and small population. And moreover, it's one and only inland country in ASEAN, meaning that it has a huge potential as a mobility hub in Indochina Peninsula. However, some problems must be solved for Laos to become a mobility hub in Indochina Peninsula, is that they don't have public transportation, and gasoline prices increasing periodically, and they're also suffering from economical inflation and geographical inequality throughout the country. So to solve the problems, we've developed a smartphone application called Kokong Mobility, along with a sustainable mobility method called EV Tuk-Tuk with IoT devices attached. So the services that we are providing right now is the ride-hailing services, instant delivery, parcel delivery, logistics, and add-on services like battery swapping services or EV vehicle battery charge, and selling the vehicles with financial programs attached, and so forth. So the benefits that we are providing throughout the country right now is that since we are providing ride-hailing services and mobility services through sustainable mobility method, so that customers can use the services with affordable price, which is around like 50% of the mobility services that gasoline vehicles provide. And of course, since we use the electric vehicle, it's of course eco-friendly, and we've created more than 200 jobs. And also we are connecting the entire country into one, and we also through the AI technologies and smartphone application that we provide, we are transforming the country into digital. And one thing that I want to emphasize is that we are not only providing smartphone application, but also AI technologies such as auto price suggestion, like route optimization, and IoT device. Since IoT device has been attached, so we can like modify the driving status or developing the vehicle itself to the better condition. Of course, as mentioned, Laos is one of the poorest country in the world, so they cannot afford some like kind of the money to purchase the vehicle or something like that. So we've made additional business deals with local bank so that we can provide financial programs with really low interest, which is around like 5%. So upon the foundation last year, as mentioned, we've created more than 200 jobs in total, and we have around like 15,000 orders that we created to around like 30,000 customers in total. And I think by the end of this year, we are expecting to have like around 100,000 customers in total with 200,000 orders with $5 million revenue in total. So it's the future plans that we have right now. Actually, we are providing our services throughout the country, Lao PDR, but we are also preparing to launch in Thai, starting from Udon Thani, Khon Kaen, and Phuket. And especially Udon Thani and Khon Kaen, they are having similar cultural aspect and cultural background with Laos, so that we think it might be quite easy for us to expand our services. And from 2024, we'll start expanding our services in both Cambodia and entire Thailand. And by 2025, we will provide cross-border services in the entire Indochina Peninsula, meaning that we might be the first and the only company that will provide cross-border mobility services throughout the region. So it's what I've prepared today. It was such an honor for me to present how we are changing one of the poorest country in the world into digital. And we are really excited and thrilled to provide not only mobility services and logistics services, but also kind of other public transportations in the future. Again, I'm Tony Han, CEO of Lao Smart Mobility. Thank you.
Thank you. That was Laos Smart Mobility. By the way, these guys are professionals in building joint ventures with mobility technology all over the world. Now let's move to indoor mobility. And many of you have been to MWC, and I know, and you probably know how difficult it is to find the right booth indoors. Our next company precisely solves that problem. Here's Papaya for you.
Hello everyone, I'm Taras. You can call me Tai. I'm a CEO in Papaya, and I have a decade of experience in location service. I was in charge of director of strategy and marketing for Kakao Maps, which more than 30 million people use every month. Today I'm going to tell you about my new business, the indoor positioning system. You know, these days the buildings are getting bigger and complex, and you don't know how to get to your destination. And global big tech companies like Google and Apple have been competing to take a dominant in this field. Basically, we are doing tracking where people are going. With this, this is why Google gives you Google Maps for free, and they collect the data from you, and they know where you are going to go. And we are very prepared to immediate drive our business outcome, and we are focused on indoor visitor behavior market. Consensual algorithm is our core algorithm that it is AI-based algorithm that collecting all the wireless signal in the building, like Wi-Fi or GPS or GNSS, Bluetooth, and also we have sensors in smartphones like gyro sensors and acceleration and even pressure. So we collect all these sensors to figure out where you are. And we help our partners to collect their customers' data. So basically, we have three business models. The first one is position data, such as maps and routing data or floor plans. And we are working with the Korean government, and with Korean government, we are implementing our technology to train stations and museums and department store in Daejeon. And we are going to expand nationwide next year. And the second, behavior data. We are now actively discussion with Starbucks Korea. And what Starbucks Korea wants to do is they want to collect the visitors' data for analyzing how long they stay in each Starbucks branch. So with that information, they can adjust their interiors or make new branch in, already Gangnam Station has like more than 10 Starbucks though, they want more. And with this information and data, we can expand our business to advertisement and marketing area. And they are my proud team. And my founder and co-CEO, Daniel, is also have multiple decades experience in location services and was director in Naver Maps as well. And we have assembled experts in the field of engineering and technology from Kakao and KT and SK Telecom. So these are our milestones so far, and we are going to have generating more than $20 million in 5 years from now on with in positioning data and behavior data, and also the marketing area. And we are now outperforming and dominating on any other competitors in this indoor positioning technology in worldwidely. And we also have featured 2 SSI journals, and also we are going to add 1 more this year. And we have like multiple patents in Korea and US and China. So thank you for listening my presentation, and I hope please feel free to reach out for any inquiries. Thank you very much.
And we really hope to see Papaya at our MWC app next year so that we can find the right booth right away. If you guys are from the GSMA, let's get them to MWC next year. When people talk about AI, a lot of our partner companies talk about smart factories. And there are millions of ways how AI can create smarter factories. And here's ITNJ to show you how.
Okay. I'm honored to be here. I'm the CEO of ITNJ. I've been with the manufacturer for 20 years, and I try to solve their problems. I want to introduce about the challenges in manufacturing. How it doesn't work. Okay. Is there anyone who knows about the hyper-personalization? Hyper-personalization is a strategy that finally tailors a product to an individual reference and want. Take a look around you. Is there anyone who wears the same shoes as like you? We buy shoes not only considering not only the purpose, but also styles and the functions, materials, and value the brand offers. It means that one person does not create just one market. Now one person can affect the several markets, even more than 10. This market shift provides the supply with a great opportunity and risk at the same time. Moreover, there are changes in career choices. People seek jobs for personal achievement rather than just earning money. For this reason, it's challenging to find unskilled labor in manufacturing. This change made the manufacturing company left with no choice but to transform, need a system as flexible as a human, but capable of mass production. Also need a system that can address the shortage of unskilled laborers. What we can provide to the manufacturer? We provide deep learning solutions specifically focused on quality inspection and equipment predictive maintenance. Our manufacturer customer is more than 1,214 global partners we have. We are growing 30% every year. VRI from the Thailand, a specialist in robotics, automation, and IT system. They provide IT infrastructure solutions and belong to the BKF groups, a first tier supplier for Toyota. There are more than 900 employees. Now the CEO and the vice president in here now, they are from the Thailand. Thank you very much. ITNJ and VRI, two leading companies, met and shared the vision, and they decided to establish joint venture now. We aim to build a total solution that can address enable to flexible and intelligent manufacturing. To resolve this issue that manufacturers face today, we have installed automation system with IoT sensors. We aggregate data such as vibration, temperature, voltage, pressure, logistic information, vision data from the inspections. This raw data can be processed to AI optimized data. This data will be trained by deep learning algorithm as each function. Each function notifies information to operator what to do. And it operates itself, enabled to control by communicating with the robots. We build on automation in the field. Based on real-time data, we know what's going on in production. If any problems occurs, we know what is it and why from the data. Also predict what will happen in the near future. With the help of predictive, we can easily respond to any upcoming issues. It monitors the entire manufacturing process to detect the defect or malfunction, including errors that cannot be found by humans. This time series data informs you of possible defect or malfunction in production too. It analyzes workers' behavior pattern to find hazard and alert to take a precautionary measure. Data pattern change prediction technology also can identify defects in advanced manufacturing area industry too. This technology affects the productivity. Our customer benefit from the enhanced user experience. The global robot and automation market is growing rapidly. According to the research, it will reach $1.2 trillion USD. Based on our problem-solving capability and the strong sense of awareness, we have been chosen and engaged by many global clients. We cooperate closely with them and solve their problems. Our core value is a burning passion and the challenging beyond the limit. No matter what difficulty we face, we never give up and eventually overcame the hardship. We actually learn by experience. Customer satisfaction is achieved by constantly taking on challenges, pouring out our passions, persevering through all circumstances until the very end. This represents the most precious value we strive for. Today, I'm not here to present futuristic technology or innovation. Rather, I want to say that we are creating a value that does not exist in the world, and then providing valuable changes. I'm grateful for opportunity to share our changes story with you. Yes, I'm looking forward to sharing the next chapter of our story to you again. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That was GCrypto. Can the partner company from Thailand also stand up? Can we have a round of applause for the Thai partners that are also here? Excellent. I think that really tells us what this company is doing is we collaborate. We don't like companies that look for export markets. That does not work in technology. It's all about tech collaboration and localization, and that's what precisely the Global Digital Innovation Network does. Last in our AI machine learning agenda, let's talk about voting. Digital nations, yeah, maybe sometime in the future everybody will get to vote digitally, but there are so many challenges. Our next company, first time in the world, have tried to solve that challenge. They're called GCrypto. Please.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much. I am Hyunho from the GCrypto company. I'm talking about the ZK voting, which is a public blockchain-based e-voting system with zero-knowledge proof technology. Okay, do you know that this year CS was selecting the 3 important technologies to solve the problems facing humanities? One of them is ZK voting, which is a public blockchain-based voting systems. The reason why the CS was selecting the voting system is that we know that in the world there are a lot of distrust and social confusion after voting and tally. The reason is this kind of confusion is that people don't believe the electoral systems. Sometimes they are believing that the electoral system is hacked. In addition, actually there is some manipulation by voting administrators. So for instance, 2017 there is some voting manipulation by the Japanese in the Japanese diet election. Actually, that is happening in the private sector voting also. So that we are developing a new voting system which is called the GK voting. In this voting system, we are providing the integrity and also privacy and end-to-end verifiability using zero-knowledge proof technology. We got the Best Innovation Award in this CS, and also our voting system is adopted by Korean Central Election Committee in this year. So every Korean people will be using our voting system in next year in public sectors. So let me introduce about the technology detail of our GK voting. You know that if we are storing some data on the public blockchain, then we can see all the data, which means that there is no privacy. So if we are storing the voting or ballot on the public blockchain, then we can check that is counted and that is completed, but there is no secret voting. So before we are storing the data on the public blockchain, we have to encrypt it. But after encrypting the data ballot, then we cannot check whether that ballot is correctly constructed. For instance, we don't know that that encrypted ballot is from the valid voters, and also the encrypted ballot is contain the valid message. So zero-knowledge proof is ensuring that the correctness of encrypted ballot. The zero-knowledge proof is guaranteeing that that vote is from the valid voter without leaking the voter's identity, and also it is guaranteeing the correctness of the vote. GCrypto is developing this kind of privacy preserving application on the public blockchain using zero-knowledge proof technology. So one of the main sector is voting system, and the other one is also we are developing some application related with the finance system. For instance, we are developing the auditable privacy preserving digital asset transfer system, and also we are developing some proof of reserve systems. Okay, I'm Hyunho from the GCrypto, and also I'm professor in the Hanyang University in Korea. I'm researching about this zero-knowledge proof cryptography many years, and then I want to commercialize our technology, so I started the GCrypto in 2.5 years ago. Currently, we have 26 people, and we are getting larger and larger. So finance-related items like Azeros, which is giving the privacy and also auditability. So this kind of technology is adopted by the Bank of Korea CBDC privacy solutions. And another one is the proof of reserve. You know that last year there is a FTX collapse incident. So this technology is providing that the central exchanger has the sufficient fund to cover their customer balance. We think that the voting market is growing so much, and also we can expand the voting market. And also finance sector is increasing a lot. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. Look, if you don't understand the concept of zero-knowledge proof, don't worry, because many of us don't either. That's why we have the networking reception Go talk to him. They have great technology. I still don't understand the deck, but it's okay. It's proven it works. So let's see how we can work with ZKRYPTO. Next, let's move on to the vertical of intelligent cities. And flying in all the way from Japan, it is my great honor to present to you IRobotics.
Hi, hello everybody. My name is Kazunori Saito. I'm a co-founder and CFO of iRobotics. So thank you for having me today. Global has a problem right now, especially in the developed countries. We have a lack of labor force, and we have obsoleting infrastructure. If you look at the United States, there is a oil leakage from oil tanks, and there is a huge bridge collapsing everywhere. So President Biden decided to put $1.2 trillion to renovating infrastructure. But this is huge. But this also explains that replacing infrastructure costs a lot of money. So are we using robotics as for those renovation? Those are very cool, but we have to do step by step. So our solution, our mission is easy. We are solving problems, the global problems with mechanization, remotization, and automation. Those we need to do in the infrastructure. So our solution is simple. If you look at the construction site, people are doing work with scaffoldings. We are replacing with robotics. So our robot has functionality to doing paintings and the physical inspection and those works. So with this technology, we can save time, and we can also save money, and we can also save the people's life. Last year in Japan, 20,000 people has a incident from falling from the high places, and we eventually we can save the world with these technologies. So our technology is a consolidated system. So we are using the drone precise control and also harmonized winch controls. We are using multiple winches, and there is a stabilization mechanism and suctioning system and painting spray controls. And harmonize those, whole system is harmonized with drones and winches. Everything works together. And the ground stations and controller is also a very important part. So as a system, comprehensive system, we have the solutions and patented. So this is the one of the samples of solutions. This is a tank, and this is doing the painting for oil tanks. So, and our market solution is very simple. We are focusing on largest players in the industry. So we are playing with Nippon Steel. We are working with NLs. Those are the largest companies in Japan. Nippon Steel is the largest steel maker in Japan and probably one of the largest in the global. So surprisingly, those companies spending $5 billion USD, more than $5 billion USD per year just for maintenance. And if you look at this one, do you know this one? This is Fukushima nuclear power plants. And there is more than 1,000 tanks for wastewater. And we are releasing to the ocean right now. But releasing takes 40 to 50 years. And this is taking 10 years already. And these tanks are obsoleted. So we cannot do this with people. We should have robotics to do this. And if you look at the oil tank market in Japan, within Japan, we have 500 crude oil tanks. Those are taking like 40, 50 years already. And if you look at global, we have 25,000 crude oil tanks in the global, and we are replacing. If we look at the semi-processed goods, we have 10 times more. And our growth strategy is we are currently increasing number of robotic solutions, and we are applying with largest players and expanding to others. So that's our solutions. So this is a 20th century robotics model. I mean the work model. Device makers and maintenance workers, those have kind of distance, and there is no information, relationship. But we are living in 21st century, so robotics is a data platform. We are using data platform, and data platform is self-growing, sustainable model. So we are trying to make self-growing, sustainable urban planning, and we look for global partners. Thank you very much.
Look, Saito-san flew in from Japan just for these 5 minutes. So one more round of applause for Saito-san. Thank you. Great company. Thank you very much. For those of you who've been walking around Seoul the last few days, you've probably seen these really strange looking but really smart operating bus stations. And our next company is the company that created that. Here's Dwelling.
Good evening. My name is Claire Binna Song. I am the CMO of Dwelling Global. Today I will briefly introduce our company, Dwelling. So Dwelling offers the best platform for measuring, monitoring, and purifying ultra particles. We are experts in specialized environmental care solutions and services, providing fine dust and air quality management. Dwelling prioritizes ESG and sustainability as our key value, and we are preparing for global climate changes. Dwelling's exclusive hybrid technology certified by the Korean Testing Laboratory, an authorized government agency of Korea, removes 99.9% of harmful substances from the air. As a result, when you are inside our Green Smart Zone, you are breathing in fresh air that is free of ultrafine particles, organic compounds, aerosol, virus, and odor. Our two-way electric dust collector that can be implemented in tunnels and metro has two electrostatic precipitator devices on the side and a UV plasma in the middle. We operate effectively and provide continuous solutions through real-time monitoring and maintenance. Dwelling has never stopped innovating. By starting off with establishing our platform with Samsung, SDS, and LG, we have expanded from IoT air quality sensors to our latest Green Smart Zone. Our products are exclusively installed in the largest medical centers, schools, and even the US military base. Let's look inside our Green Smart Zone. And this is a picture of the actual Green Smart Zone located in Sun서대로 of Gangnam area of Seoul. It was taken just this week. Our digital media display can maximize exposure to the media. The total exposed population to our Green Smart Zone is 7.227 million per month. Ongoing campaigns, city slogans, regional or local advertisements, and digital contents can be displayed on our platform. Not only is our display profitable, but we also focus on public interest. With Dwelling's latest Green Smart Zone platform, Seoul has transformed old bus stops into high-end technological integration. We are continuing to transform central and side bus stops. We currently have 20 stations in Gangnam and 20 more coming in Junggu. By April and August of 2024, we are scheduled to launch additional stations in Gangnam-gu, Seocho-gu, and Songpa areas as well. Dwelling's platform can serve as an element that can further increase the attractiveness of a city and serve as an inspirational structure. Also, it can become a vibrant and dynamic hub of activities, contributing to the social and economic growth of the city. Dwelling also has a control center that monitors the platform on a real-time basis. The center is integrated with Seoul Bus Service Topics, a government agency. Furthermore, our IoT platform is remotely controllable and building the foundation for the collection and integration of data from the air purifier and the green smart zones. Our company was originally found based on this IoT platform, thus highlighting our technological expertise. This was the origin from which the green smart zone has derived, and our business will continue to grow into the smarter future.
That was Dwelling, ladies and gentlemen. So now you know who made those weird-looking bus stations. They're talking with other people to expand this solution to other countries. Our next company uses IT to create a productivity and a collaboration platform, and actually comes to us all the way from Indonesia. Help me with welcoming RunSystem.
Hi everyone, let me introduce myself. My name is Budi, I'm Chief of Product from RunSystem. For a decade now, RunSystem has been a B2B solution provider, especially primarily offering ERP solutions, but also a few other products, such as smart procurement system, university management system, and also point of sales for micro and small enterprise. So over the years, we have gathered around 2 million users, and also we have addressed more than 5,000 unique use cases. Drawing from these experiences, we have identified more crucial challenges that need to be solved to accelerate digitalization across industry. This is the key, so that we can enhance the speed, the flexibility, and also the efficiency of digitalization across industry. Therefore, we identified that business around the world has realized the impact of not doing digitalizations. Based on Forrester report, more than $41 billion of average loss of not doing digitalizations. Business doing digitalizations to scale, to expand, and to monitor their businesses. However, the solution that need to be implemented must be seamlessly aligned with their unique business cases and can be swiftly and easily implemented. This creates the gaps between the business needs and the non-customized solutions that are already available in the market right now. That's why RunSystem, we create a digital platform where it's designed to accelerate implementation and customization of solutions tailored to individual business use cases. For example, in last few years, we worked with the biggest Indonesian telco in Indonesia, which is Telkom, to digitalize smart village, not city, but village. We create point of sales for micro and small enterprises using our solutions. We hope that this solution is accessible to from CEO till new hire to create the system by themselves based on their requirement, just by doing drag and drop components so that they create solution based on their requirement. We have crafted the solution based on our decade of experience so that we create the solutions based on the use cases that we have experienced, and also we have a strong emphasis to the integration, because the solution usually for end-to-end solutions, we need not only our solutions but also integrated with the existing software they have used before. By having the solutions, at least 3 benefits emerge. The first one is to save development time. we can save more than 70% of development time. The second one is to save costs, because we don't need to pay for unnecessary vendors and IT experts to create the system, simple system for us. And the third one, by having the speed and flexibility, we can create the solutions faster to our customers so that we can gain more benefits. This market for the solution, as commonly known as low-code application platform, has been experiencing significant growth in the past few years. It has 28% of growth in a 5-year CAGR, and in 3 years' time, the value for this market will reach $46 billion. We possess the solutions, and we are trying to bring the solutions to the global market by various channels. But the most important thing is to build ecosystem-based community, which is we're doing that by having hackathons, marketplace, and also partnering with application and distribution partner. For example, right now we are doing some partnership with the Google market so that our solutions and the application that created by our solutions can be marketed in the Google marketplace. We are diligently refining our solutions to solve the key issues in the business, and we hope to be the leaders in bringing the solutions to the world. Our expectation is we can help business of all sizes, because in RunSystem, we believe that every business is unique and the solution must be equally unique too. Thank you.
RunSystem from Indonesia. Nice. Thank you. Right. Our last company under the vertical of intelligent cities deals with disasters, because we all know that not everything is beautiful and smart in intelligent cities. And here's to show you how they do this. Here is Rozetatech.
안녕하세요. Yeah. Thank you so much to GDIN and Mr. Kim, Mr. Zhang, and to GSAM for visiting to invite us. Okay, our company's name is Rozetatech from Rosetta Stone. This is next. Okay, sorry about that. Our company is already going to the global market. We opened the Hanoi, Vietnam, and Singapore, and the Silicon Valley, and Vancouver too. So actually, I'm working on to the IT industry over 30 years. So our company has a lot of technology and a lot of experience in the world. But all the IT is new IT is different from coming AI. So our company is going to AI. So this is the business model. Okay, what is our product? What our technology is given to you some benefit. So what? Okay, now in your apartment, hotel, any factory, doesn't matter, all buildings, your life is after fire. After fire, whole information is going to direct to fire department. Okay? They later coming here, or to 20 stories, 30 stories, big buildings. What is your life? What is your family is dying. Yeah, going to the heaven. That is after fire. The fire information not is direct going to your smartphone, to manager, to fire department. How you save your life in yourself. Our company send information before fire. After fire, that easy to save in the hundreds, the storage building in Lotte. How you can save? Now, your generation error, have to save your life in yourself with what? Fire information before firing. Okay? So, from today, you have to choose after fire or before fire. Yeah, our company bring that issue from hardware, semiconductor, and platform with AI technology. I already said how we do. Okay, our platform is say DAP, Digest Digital Twin AI Platform. We opened the U category in the world, DAP. Not DBMS, not any ERP, not any MES, SCADA, a lot of platform in the world. Typically, almost that is the USA has the platform. We open new categories, new platform, DAP. Okay, before today, why a lot of people not say the DAP? DAP is from fire in the apartment, office there, in the factory. But exists the fire system is a wire with a line, 20 voltage linked to detector. That is not coming out any data, just signal. Fire, send out the fire department, coming the fire truck, that's all. People is not getting any information before fire or at that times. Our platform gives you before fire, 1 month before, 1 year before, what the exact locations would happen, electronic or humidity or smoking or heater. Our platform gives to you, your family, in your life before fire. Now you have to memorize, you want to still living in the after fire or before fire. Have to choose. Our product, our platform brings a lot of benefit to global process.
Thank you very much. That was Rozetatech. I can guarantee you that they do have solutions that actually show you how you live after the fire. They just didn't have the time, but you will have time to talk to him. Thank you. That brings us nicely to our third vertical of the day, which is life technology. And the next 4 companies actually do save lives. And I wanted to really show you this company first because this company is actually saving lives as we speak with a very, very innovative technology. And to show you how, here's Rokit Healthcare.
Yeah, I'm start talking about organ regeneration. By the way, I'm not a mad scientist. So I'm going to start with the story of a man from Paraguay who has suffered from diabetic foot ulcer for a long time. Let's just call him for Mr. Fernando for now. And Rokit and Sanatoria Hospital doctors made a joint team to regenerate his skin by using Rokit's AI organ regeneration system. So result was superb. The wound has not been healed for a long time. For years, has been completely healed. So I'd like to walk you through how we did it briefly. To brief wound cleanup, we use AI wound recognition system to analyze volume, curvature, shapes, using real-time in AI cloud computing. And after measurement, AI tells surgeon how much patient's own fat is needed. Then we process fat to get rid of unnecessary oil, blood, water, but concentrate protein complex that is going to be used as a material to print regeneration patch. A surgeon needs to do just press print button, and then bioprinter start printing regeneration patch. Then after printing is done, surgeon just need to put the right orientation on patient's wound. Yeah, like that way. And then put the dressing, patient goes home. So total 5 steps: wound recognition, fat harvesting, processing, bioprinting patches, and transplanting, dressing, dispatching. As you already saw from Mr. Fernando's case, our efficacy is more than 90%, and it is an absolutely safe process because no side effect, but material comes from patient's own fat. And thanks to AI system, everything can be done in 1 hour. So to prove that, we published already 6 papers, and also including cartilage, 9 papers total. Also, we finished major regulatory approval, including FDA, CMDR, and country-specific ones. So our business model consists of 3 components: AI system, bioprinter, and disposable fat processing kit per patient, which is our main business model. We've reached out to many people, but so far, 25% of that many people suffer from diabetic foot ulcer, and if the foot is not healed, need to be amputated. But after amputation, that rate goes up to 50% in 5 years. So as of today, Rokit commercialized in 21 countries, including South America, US, MENA region, and Asia region. Rokit technology is broadcasted through national broadcasting system. Speaking about market, diabetic foot ulcer treatment market estimated to be $6 billion market, but this is not total market we aim for. And health, because organ regeneration system also can be applied to degenerative cartilage regeneration, which is estimated to be maybe 10 times bigger than diabetic foot ulcer treatment market. So it's about a 60 billion market size. So big enough to aim for significant market share. Sorry for the picture after your just lunch. I'm sorry. So this is the result of our clinical trial for cartilage regeneration. Complete regeneration after 12 months follow-up. Patient couldn't take the stairs because pain, but now complete regeneration, he runs and takes 30,000 steps per day. So I'm pretty sure everybody here knows more about what is really going on in telehealth market today. Fast growing, high potential, but still limited in these areas. So I want you to imagine how is this mobile AI organ regeneration unit can expand telehealth market, as well as catalyzing the emergence of untapped markets. So this is my final words. Invest technology to affect your life. And invest Rokit organ regeneration technology so you can run, if you like to run, at your 100th birthday morning with your great children. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Now you know we're like right in the middle of our 16 companies, and you know why I put him right here, because it does wake people up, and I've seen it happen. So our next company comes all the way from Sweden. They've developed a new innovative way for intracardiac pressure monitoring. Did I say that right? Here is Acorai.
Yeah, thank you everyone. Amazing speeches so far. So my name is Don. I am the HR manager of Acorai, and we are developing what we believe will be the new standard in heart failure management. We're based in Sweden, and me and my partner is actually right now here in Korea to expand the market. There. So the problem in heart failure today is that there are inadequate monitoring tools to measure these patients. This leads to a lot of costs for the healthcare system, but also that the problem starts even before these patients come to the hospital. The patients are being diagnosed too late, and when they are being diagnosed, they remain unstable and might still be in the hospital. And then even after they are in the hospital, they might come back. We know that the intracardiac pressures is a good way to measure these patients, but right now they're only expensive and invasive solutions on the market. So this is our solution. This is the Acorai heart monitor. It's an FDA breakthrough device designated solution, and it's the first handheld, scalable, and non-invasive intracardiac pressure device. The technology behind the Acorai heart monitor is what we call the SAVE sensor system. So this is combining 4 different sensors: seismic sensors, acoustic sensors, visual sensors, and electric sensors. These combined with our AI system and machine learning system can produce the direct measurements of intracardiac pressures. We have validated the solution in a clinical study in Europe with 400 patients so far, and we have proven that this device can measure with the same accuracies as invasive solutions can do right now, and higher accuracies than, for example, echo that is usually used in the hospitals. We've done a lot of research about the customers. We have done interviews with cardiologists, administrators, researchers, and much more, and we have found that they would really like this solution based on the accuracies we have been able to prove so far, but they would also be able to buy this device without the need for reimbursement. The market is big, the market is growing, and we are targeting a global service addressable market of 10 billion right now, focusing on US and Europe, but also here in South Korea. So the competitors, as I said before, they're either, like CardioMEMS here, they're invasive and they are costly. Or we have the other ones, like CardioSense and Sensidia. They are non-invasive, but they can't measure the right things for the patients. So this is where we come in. We are the only one that can do this thing non-invasively, accurately, and to a lower cost. So right now, the company started 2019 in Sweden. We have entities now in Sweden, UK, US, and we plan to open up another entity here in South Korea. We have the hardware developed, the machine learning and AI ready. As I said, we have the FDA breakthrough device, and we have finished our pilot clinical study. We also have an ongoing continuing clinical study globally, which will be in US, Europe, and potentially also here in Asia. The whole solution is protected by patents, mostly in the US and Europe. To date, we have around $5 million of investments from around the world, even here in, we don't have anything in Korea, but in Hong Kong and Taiwan. In the future, we plan to finish our clinical study, get the FDA approval, and then CE marking, that is for US and Europe, and then do a market launch in 2025. So this is the team. Me and my colleague Johannes is here in Korea right now. Our management team is scattered around the world in Europe and in US, and all of them, or many of them, have experience from taking medical devices to market before. We have an amazing clinical team and advisory board, and we have investors from Europe and US within the field. So right now we're actually raising money. You can come to me and discuss that. I don't really have time to explain it right now, but please come to me and join us solving this problem in heart failure around the world.
This was Acorai from Sweden. Our next company in our life technologies vertical really does not need any explaining because they are called Health on Cloud. So I'm not going to talk anymore. I'll let him do the talking. Come on, Mike.
Hello, everyone. Okay, so Health on Cloud is focused on medical education, the most important, and virtual healthcare, primarily in emerging countries. Sorry. So, in order to do that, you need a really good team. So the founder and the brainchild behind everything we do is Dr. Sang-Hoon Jun, former director of Seoul National University Bundang Hospital, which is like the top of Korea, the Harvard of Korea, if you will. And he's the current president of the Asian Society for Cardiovascular and Thoracic Surgery, which gets you all of the world's best heart surgeons, lung surgeons, all through the hospitals. We have Dr. Eun-Sum Park. He is a thoracic surgeon by trade. However, he's a big nursing educator in Korea, and education is a really big thing for him. We have Dr. Anis Ahmed in Singapore. He was president of the Robotics Society for Thoracic Surgery in Singapore, but runs a global nursing program primarily in Southeast Asia, where he tries to educate in nursing and other things. We have Dr. Ralph McKinnon. He is actually in the UK out of the MFT, which is the largest teaching trust in NHS, where essentially he's the director of simulation, and he also collaborates globally with all the leading children's hospitals, primarily in simulation and education to teach and give back. We have Dr. Sergey Kim, who's based at Seoul National University Bundang Hospital, but also focuses on CIS countries. for consulting. I wanted to start with this slide because network is everything in healthcare. If you don't know the right people, you're not going anywhere. It's very hard to entry because it should be. It's healthcare. So we try to collaborate as much as we can. So the vision, Metaversity, cloud hospital. Technology is amazing, and education could be spread everywhere. Through COVID, everything stopped. There was no medical education. No one was allowed in an OR. Everything just halted. And with the latest digital technologies, getting it out. So we're trying to put that together to bring it to the masses. We started in 2001 a Smart Hospital Alliance, which sees some of the world leading hospitals. First, we started with R&D before commercializing and making it grow. So we have about MFT, about 12 hospitals in the UK. Northern Care Alliance, 4. Alder Children's Hospital, one of the best in the world. They're collaborating for surgery education. We have Seoul National University. We have Asan Medical Center. We work with NUH Hospital in Singapore. We work in Colombia on a big project right now. We're doing a feasibility study. We're going into rural areas like the Amazon to educate and do teleconsulting, and obviously the US. Teleconsulting is a little bit different. We're trying to educate the doctors. We're not trying to go in and take money from a hospital or suffering. We want to go hospital to hospital, hospital, doctor to doctor to doctor to patient. So we're going to advise the doctor on how to give a proper diagnosis. Not going to try to give them on the patient, because education is the key to upping healthcare, not going in and making some money. So this is kind of how it works. We have a lot of support from global partners. As I mentioned, we were in Colombia. I just got back. We're doing a big feasibility study supported by the government and financial institutions, where essentially we're trying to do consulting where we want to integrate what's possible. We're going to work around regulations to insert things that we need from partnering third-party integration, but also work with what they have. Work with local regulations to make sure we get everything proper. This is a feasibility study that's going to take us further. Now, I believe medical education is everything. So we've started creating, this is our platform. It's immersive medical library, whereas essentially it's Netflix for healthcare, as I like to call it, for demonstration. So picture the world's, all these hospitals I've told you about, creating content where they're going to put surgery education available for everyone so that they can see the latest technology, medical device, nurses training from the world's best. We're going to manage it like an online university, which a lot of universities have done. Right now, a lot of people are doing their MBAs or business or degrees using online platforms. We're also creating customized tests, PowerPoint presentations that have an AI instructor so that they can get in, localize it, they can get the cultural differences added and different things. Here's an example of some of the surgical videos we're doing where essentially, if the video plays, you can see here, this is actually at Seoul National Bundang Hospital where there's a 360 camera and all the important images are put inside. This is so a surgeon can actually study everything that's going on, but also the nursing and support staff. Normally a fellowship involves flying for a year by yourself, learning and coming back. We want to reduce that to a month. If they can train online and their support staff, the doctor could come over, get it, and go back. He's not going to lose a valuable doctor for a year or who may not actually come back. We also use metaverse technology to deliver education really immersive. This was done in Busan, where we had about 250 doctors from all over Korea join in, where they had the world's best educators join online. I'm talking the UK, Thailand, Singapore, Vietnam, all through Asia, educating doctors, because education is the key. Thank you.
Thank you. That was Health on Cloud. And many of you are probably thinking, well, this is GSMA, this is MWC. Why are we talking about saving lives and hospitals and doctors? And it's because, and it's the first time actually that we are showcasing these live technologies, because this is why we have 5G, ladies and gentlemen. This is why we have 6G. We don't need 5G to watch Netflix. And that is why we are going to continue to work with the GSMA members to bring life-saving technologies to the marketplace. Our next company, already working with KT, creates voice. Here's Humelo to show you how they do this.
Hi, my name is Yong-Seok Kwon, and I'm co-founder of Humelo, the voice technology startup. The voice technology have a large field, and we are focusing on connecting the IP holders and the platform owners. So let me begin. Let's begin with some references. This one? Oh, yes. So we are co-working with SM Entertainment and make the Espa Navis, which is a virtual human voice, and it is also included in some movies. Well, that voice was our voices. Like you can see some find in many movies of the Espas. And we are making the de-aging voice in the advertisement project with the KB Life Insurance commercials. She is the actress of the Korean and the old, what's that? Fast version of her.
멋진 보험 광고도 찍고 그 이상도 가능할지.
And also we restore the voices of the Steve Jobs.
But you know what? Hey, it's April Fool's.
Like that. And we are co-working with KT and make a voice platform, and it supports 7 languages of TTS. And this is one with the YouTubers.
In South Korea.
Hi, my name is Fabian, and I'm from France.
He records his
I live in
voice
South
and make
Korea.
the TTS of his own. Yes, and what makes our business so special? We provide voices with scriptless 2-minute of training samples, which is very optimized for the high-sparsity voices like celebrities or disease and so on. And it only requires 18 hours of training those voices, and synthesis time is approximately less than 1 second. And after that, we provide the exact reproduction of timbre, emotion, intonation, and tone. So let me hear you some original, which is ground truth one.
그들은 팬들에게 무한한 사랑을 받았습니다.
And the TTS one.
안녕하세요. 에스파 윈터입니다.
Like that. And also the other emotions like cute.
내가 자장가 불러줄까요?
This one is original one.
알려주라. 궁금하단 말이야.
And TTS.
저는 진짜 무식하게 안 먹었어요.
Angry emotions original one.
내가 그렇게 말하지 말랬지.
And the TTS one, degenerated. And also you could train in 1 languages like Korean or English or whatever you want, and it supports 9 languages. So it is both the TTS, the Korean and Japanese one.
아침에는 항상 우영우 김밥을 먹습니다. 김밥은 믿음직스러워요. 재료를 한눈에 볼 수 있어 예상 밖의 식감이나 맛에 놀랄 일이 없습니다.
This was the Korean 3TS.
아서 하이츠 우영우 김밥을
like the Japanese one. Very
very
similar timbre and emotion production.
세상에
And
이게
also
뭐야?
Korean
휴멜로가
one.
이번에 내 목소리를 복사했다지 뭐니?
And the English one.
Oh my God! Humelo copied my voice.
Yes, like that. Can you see the difference? Can you hear the difference? Okay. So we are focusing on 2. I said the IP holders and the platform owners. And the platform owner have a needs on voice resource and the voice engine. So for the voice resource, we build a SaaS platform with KT and publish to the users as a B2C platform. And the voice engine needs like voice actor, AI voice actor, so we supply those on the Middle East. And the IP holder, these have a needs for removing human scope IP and making a connect between user and the IP holder. So we supply the Navy service and the TTS and so on, and the others like that. And the visual maker needs a virtual human with the voices. So we create synergy with technical collaboration with those things. So our plan is to make synergetic business between the flagship partner, which is platform owners, and the IP partners. And we are making those with short-term referral projects with IP partners and use some shareholder network. And with the platform owners, we are selling them our technology based on the expertise of ours. So we are focusing on 3 markets. First one is a premium voice restoration, and second one is selling voice production.
That was Humelo, ladies and gentlemen. We are already at our last vertical with only 4 companies left in the area of ESG. And to kick this off, all the way from Singapore, I give you a company called DeafTawk, which actually creates sign language using AI and digital. And to do that, here is Ali, and we need to have extra applause because he's visually challenged, and we need to show him that we support him. Here's DeafTawk.
Hi, everyone. My name is AQ, and I am the co-founder of DeafTawk. And we are here to bridge the communication gap for the deaf community. Just imagine if you visit to a doctor, but unable to explain the pain, or you are in a classroom and unable to understand what the teacher is talking about. The 500 million deaf community face this challenge in every single day of their life. And we are bridging this gap by providing sign language interpretation services to them. For 8,000 deaf users, only one sign language interpreter is available. Meet my co-founder, Wamik Hassan. He is deaf by birth, and he faced a lot of challenges while getting his education in Pakistan because of lack of sign language interpreter. His family decided to move to US, where he completed his computer engineering with the help of sign language interpreter. After 15 years of his stay in US, he came back to Pakistan and realized that the gap is still there. We are bridging this gap by providing digital sign language interpretation services through our mobile app wherever it is required. We have two products. One is DeafTawk mobile application, and a second is DT360 AI solution. Currently, we are operating in 5 different countries. This is a screenshot of our mobile app where we are connecting deaf user with the qualified sign language interpreter. The key feature of this app are VoIP, group calling solution, and mobile wallet. Whereas DT360 is AI-driven solution where we are translating text to sign and voice to sign. The user cases are among us. We are making website accessible, we are making media channel accessible, education and health services for them. For last 4 years of operation, we have rendered 1.5 million minutes of services. We have 45,000 plus active users. Our LTM is $1.3 million, and our recurring revenue is 110K. We are not only a business case, but also creating a huge impact in the life of a person with disabilities. More than 97,000 persons, disabled persons are using our services in terms of health, employment opportunities, and education. And we are providing direct job opportunities to 1,800 sign language interpreters. The market size is $34 billion US, and we are expecting to achieve 20% in next 5 years to become a unicorn. We are not alone in this market. We have a competition, but our value proposition is that we are 24/7 available. We are operating in 6 different languages, and we are just 1 click away from our users. Our revenue model is very simple, B2B and B2C. In B2C, we charge per minute basis, is prepaid and cashless, whereas B2B is monthly subscription model. This is our partners to whom we are working for last 3 or 4 years, and these are our all the partners to whom we are providing our services to them. We have won few international awards to gain international recognition. We are the best startup of Asia Pacific back in 2019. This is the founding team. I am looking after the operation. Wamik is looking after the technology, and Ali Shabar is looking after the business side of our company. We 3 are person with disabilities. Myself and Ali is blind, and Wamik is deaf. This is our global team. You can see that our team is diverse in terms of gender and in terms of disability. We are raising $500,000, and out of which 250 we have already raised, and we are expecting to raise 250 within a couple of months. We use this money to expand our team to make our product AI a bit better, and also to expand to the other markets. Will you help us to bridge that gap? Thank you.
That was DeafTawk from Singapore, ladies and gentlemen. And his presentation was exactly 4 minutes and 50 seconds. One more round of applause, please. Our startup should be ashamed for not keeping the time. Just kidding. Our next company comes from India. And you all know that plastic waste is a big, big issue. And they found a new, innovative way to deal with that. Here is ReCircle.
Thank you. So what most people see as waste, we see them as resources. And at ReCircle, we're on a mission to ensure resources are not wasted. So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rahul Nainani, and I'm the co-founder and CEO at ReCircle. While we all do understand that waste is a massive problem, and plastic waste more so, this is a global problem, more so in India and Southeast Asia. I'm not going to spend time on the problem, but more on the solution. What we're building at ReCircle is a traceable and ethical reverse supply chain for plastics. We track plastic waste from collection to recycling to ensure that material stays in the ecosystem rather than reaching our landfills and ocean. We're a B2B company working towards stopping, where we help businesses to stop plastic pollution while meeting their sustainable development goals. What we primarily offer is two major solutions. One is we offer plastic credits, where we help them offset their plastic footprint by buying plastic credits from us. And the other is where we work towards introducing ethically collected recycled plastic back into the supply chain of the businesses that we work with. How we're doing this is through a proprietary traceability tech platform called ClimaOne. ClimaOne essentially brings traceability and accountability in an otherwise informal and fragmented sector. We have an asset-light, partner-based approach through which we are able to scale tremendously. On one end, we have collection partners, which are essentially informal scrap dealers and aggregators that we've been able to formalize through our supply chain. They help us collect, sort, segregate this material. We work towards formalizing them to ensure that there's no child labor, proper working conditions. They're able to give us the right quality and quantity of material. And on the other end, we work with waste processors or recyclers that help us actually manage this waste post it is being collected. Now, we track this from the collection till the waste recycling process, convert these into plastic credits, which we then sell to large FMCG companies that use this for the local compliance to meet with the plastic waste management rules, as well as to meet their global sustainable development goals. Businesses get a dashboard through which they're able to live track the material to see where it's being collected from and where it's being finally processed as well. We are already working with the leading companies across India. So the large companies like Unilever, Coca-Cola already are customers, and we also have a voluntary credits program through which we are working with local D2C companies that have sustainability at the heart of their work that they're doing. In terms of our scale, impact is at the core of our work. We've recovered more than 100,000 tons of material throughout our journey, out of which 75,000 tons of material has been collected in the last financial year itself, which is equivalent to collecting almost 8,000 kgs of waste every hour, every day, from over 250 locations across India, while impacting the lives of more than 3,100 informal workers that are part of our supply chain. Now, as next steps, what we're working towards is that we've already got the traceability from the collection till the recycling. What we're now working towards is tracking this material post-recycling back into the supply chain of the same brands that we work with, thereby closing the loop on plastics and making sure that plastics stay in the ecosystem. How we aim to do this is that we're going to have a small QR code at the back of the packaging of the product. When you as a consumer buys this product, you'll be able to scan to see where this material was collected, how was it recycled, and then how was it finally made into the new product, and where you buy it from the shelves, from the shelves that you're buying it from. Now, we have a young and dynamic team. Team comes with diverse backgrounds. We have roughly about a team of 40 to 45 of us, but our advisors have a lot of integrity and a lot of experience that they come with. Sodhi ji, who was the ex-head of circular economy at UNDP India, helps us on strategy. Nitin, our head of finance, has got almost 2 decades of experience in the banking space. Girish has worked with over 300 startups across India as the head of an incubation program. And then we have our team that manages different verticals. Coming to the numbers, we've been cash flow positive for the last 4 years, growing 100% year on year. Last year, we did about $3.1 million in revenue with a 10% EBITDA margin as compared to $1.5 million the year before that. We're looking at a strong and steady growth with about 20 million in the next 3 years. The growth will come in from 2 areas. One is to vertically integrate into the other scrap items. So we're looking at glass, textiles, as well as paper waste to explore into, and also looking at growth in terms of Southeast Asia. So we're looking at other areas which have similar ecosystems of informal scrap economy to actually explore, to expand into. We've been fortunate enough to have funders that have supported us, GSMA being one of them. And we've also been part of a couple of acceleration programs. We're currently raising a round. We recently closed our bridge round with Flipkart, Acumen, and 3i on board. And we're raising a 2 million balance round, which I'm happy to share details offline. Now, in the last 5 minutes, the ReCircle's collectors across India have collected more than 1,000 kgs of waste in real time. So I urge you guys to come and work with us to help create a larger impact with us. Thank you very much.
So ReCircle from India, ladies and gentlemen. Another thing made of plastic that really surrounds us are the PCB boards that are in every single device. And our next company from Japan helps to solve this problem through a sustainable PCB. And actually, Mr. Shimizu also has just driven in from the airport as we were presenting. So big round of applause for Elephantech.
Hi, good afternoon. So, 안녕하세요. So, my name is Shinya Shimizu, the founder and CEO of Elephantech. So, Elephantech is reinventing the electronics manufacturing in a sustainable way. So, Elephantech is a Japan-based startup that have raised 9 billion Japanese yen, which is like 70 million US dollars or something. And we have a first and only mass producer of inkjet printing-based printed circuit boards, and which actually achieves 75% reduction of carbon footprint during PCB manufacturing, which is innovative. So the problem is the PCB industry. So have you ever seen the PCB board? So which is used in every single devices, right? But PCB is very traditional, old industry. No one is actually innovating or disrupting this industry, which has huge environmental impact. Actually, 10% of Apple's total carbon footprint is coming from PCB production, so which is significant. But no one is solving this issue. The why this is so bad for environment is like the existing method of manufacturing is by nature bad for environment because it's subtractive method. So existing method is subtractive method, which means you first form a layer of copper and remove unnecessary part from the board, and you use the remaining part as wiring. So which is literally a subtractive way of manufacturing, which is wasteful. So we invented a completely new way, the opposite way of manufacturing electronic circuits, which is additive manufacturing. We have a technology to print copper and then apply plating. So that's it, which is purely additive manufacturing. The idea itself is very simple, but the technology is so complicated. We have a technology to synthesize nano-sized copper particle, and we also have a technology to formulate the ink, kind of copper metal ink, and we also have a technology to design printer to print those copper ink. So with this technology, we are mass producing this one. And this is additive, so we don't waste anything. So we can drastically reduce carbon footprint, copper usage, water usage without any green premium, so which is great technology. But it has a huge story behind it. I founded this company with a professor at the University of Tokyo in 2014, which is 9 years ago. And at the beginning of this company, the technology was simply pathetic. Very resolution is just 1 millimeter or something. The endurance is like 1 week, so which is definitely not for mass production. Then I spent 6 years on basic R&D, and in 2020 we built the world's first mass production line of inkjet printing based printed circuit boards, and we are scaling up. So starting that point, and we are producing with a large scale. And so this is a printer we designed and we are operating in our factory. So this is literally a copper ink printer. And our printed circuit boards are actually used in the market. So ours are used, for example, in a display, so which you can buy in some stores. And our printed circuit boards are already used in the market, so which is significant because the electronics industry is so conservative. So getting used in real mass production has a huge challenges, but we have achieved it. Recently, we had a huge release with Rozetatech, which is one of the biggest computer mass producer in Switzerland, and they, apparently, so 70% of their carbon footprint is coming from PCBs. So PCB, sustainable PCB is something they want, and we are working with those companies, Epson, Mitsubishi Chemical, and those Japanese electronics manufacturers. And currently you have offices and factories only in Japan, unfortunately, but we are planning to go global. And so this is our leadership team. So I myself was working for McKinsey before starting this company, but before that I was a researcher. So I'm also CTO. I was a CTO actually of this company. So have some collaborative opportunities. So the first one is just consider use this sustainable circuit boards. I mean, so we are producing single layer flexible circuits, which is a very simple one, but it is always good to start from simple one. So just consider using this flexible circuit boards. And we are also looking for opportunities for FPCs for battery management system, especially for automotive applications. So which, Korea is a huge market. So, let's build it. We are looking for, working with you to build a, green future of electronics manufacturing.
Elephantech from Japan, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming. I think the immigration held him up a little bit, so it barely happens, but it does sometimes. We're down to our last company. I know it's sad, but we've gone through already 15 of these amazing companies, and our last one comes from Indonesia. They're called Bionertia, and they work with bioenergy. And here's to show you how they do this. Bionertia, please.
Good afternoon. My name is Rena. I'm from Bionersia. So I would like to briefly introduce our company. And so if we take a look on the BPS data in 2019, there are 137.9 million tons of the cow manure that produced each year. And so statewide, this is the problem. This waste is spilling up, causing the water to be polluted because of the indiscriminated disposal of it. So, however, this is also a potential of a more sustainable energy sources, and also, so we can utilize this waste by implementing BIS, biogas integrated system. It converts manure into biogas that can be used for cooking and electricity needs. And the potential source of the electricity from waste can reach 50,000 megawatt. But for now, the utilization is only 3.25% or around the 1,060 megawatt. It means that there are so much potential waiting to be used. And so this is the flow of how BIS works. So basically, the cow manure combined with water with the ratio 1:1, and it put it into the biodigester. And the output of the biodigester itself still contained with the impurities, so it's need to be purified using purifier. So the purified biogas then can be directly used as the fuel for the generators and stoves. And then moreover, the product resulting from the inefficiency of the biodigester itself can be used as the fertilizer. So the user can get two benefits from one raw materials. So to implement the BIS itself, we have developed 5 products, which are the biodigester, biogenerator, biogas purifier, and biogas stove, and also the IoT system. And in the future, we are expecting to develop the biogas storage tanks and also biogas stations. So our vision is to educate the people of Indonesia about the importance of preserving the nature by switching to renewable energy, so our future generation can have a decent natural environment. And then for now, we are collaborating with various agencies, whether it's state, private, and also educational industry. educational institution. And then this is what we've reached from the 2021 until now. And then we projected to have goals in 5 years. Our business is simple. It's both B2B and B2C. And then this is our milestone, and this is our core team. We are looking forward to collaborate with you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we have a big round of applause for the 16 amazing innovators that we had today? Incredible presentations. Thank you so much. You guys are great.
So first is Sean Kim, and the director of the strategic investment unit, LGU Plus. Is he here? Here? And the second panelist is Dario Betty, CEO of the Mobile Ecosystem Forum. Thank you. And third is Ryo Umezawa, partner of Antelope Japan. Yeah, could you come out? And the fourth panelist is Takashia Ohira, head of Asia region, Deloitte's venture support. And last is John Song, representative partner of Green Tech Transformation Lab. So we have a 16 company today, and 4 sector like AR, ML, and cognitive city, and life tech, and ESG and sustainability. And we have 7 countries, different countries background in startup. I think they are very different stage and something like that. So before I get your feedback or your proposal or your suggestion, I want to how about you introduce your company or yourself to the audience first? And Sean, you first.
Oh, sure. Nice to meet you all. I'm Sean Kim. I'm the head of strategic investment division of LGU Plus. LGU Plus is one of 3 major telcos in Korea. You know, KT, which hosted this conference, SKT, and LGU Plus. So LGU Plus, we have second largest paying TV subscribers in Korea, and we have third largest mobile subscribers in Korea as well. Also, we have big corporate customers. You know, the LGU Plus is network providing company. We have around 1.5 billion US dollar revenue coming from the corporate side. So we are providing network and telecom services to corporates, internet as well. And so I work for the investment division. I have been working this division for 5 years. I'm doing M&As, investing in startups as well. Also participating in a bunch of VC funds as well. It was really impressive of your 16 companies presentation. You did a great job. I was really impressed. Thank you very much.
Dario?
And I'm Dario Betty. I'm the CEO of the Mobile Ecosystem Forum. The Mobile Ecosystem Forum is an association similar to the GSMA, which is our partner. We like the word collaboration, don't we? So we collaborate with GSMA. We're slightly different as we tend not to represent any single stakeholder in the industry. We are a place for everybody to come and join. So we have mobile operators, but we have banks coming together. About 20% of them also are startups. And everybody trying to find different ways to approach and get the great potential of mobile as we have today. And I have seen a lot of potential of mobile today. And it was exciting. It just shows that this is just the beginning of something very big. So that was very good. Thanks for the great show you put at those 16 companies. Thank you very much.
How about Mr. Umezawa?
Hi, everyone. My name is Ryo Umezawa. I represent Antler. We're a global venture capital fund investing in people from day zero. So what we do is we're in 24 countries, 28 cities. What we do is we attract over 110,000 entrepreneurs every year. They apply to our cohort, which is the best 1,000 entrepreneurs to invest in. And they form about 500 companies. And what we do is we have a 10-week cohort program that we do the co-founder matching. We match CEOs, CFOs, CSOs, CTOs, and etc. To really form an idea in 10 weeks. And then we make the investment, and then we do follow-on investment until Series C. So we're a global investor where we invest from day zero, which is in people for the first 10 weeks. And then we make financial investment and do follow-on investment until Series C. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. How about Ohira?
Yeah, everyone. Hi, everyone. So thank you for having me today. So my name is Ohira from Deloitte Tomatsu Venture Support. That company is a venture support, like a startup support arm in Deloitte, Japan. So we are supporting the 4 angles. So first one is supporting startup, mainly fundraising things and market expansions. So if you guys are interested in the Japanese market or getting fundraising from the Japanese investors, so please let me know. And so second line is we are supporting the large corporation on the Open Innovation Initiative. The third line is supporting the government. So we are supporting the Tokyo Metropolitan Government and economy of the embassy in Japan. So we have the many public project in Japan. So fourth line is that we are making the open innovation platform ourselves. That's called Morning Pitch. So we launched the Morning Pitch in 2013 in Japan. This year is the 10th anniversary for Morning Pitch. We are expanding the Singapore and the Singapore version and the India also and the Indonesia, Vietnam. The last year we launched the Korea versions, Morning Pitch Asias. We do the quarterly basis in Koreas. Please, if you have interested that event, so that purpose is make collaborate with the startup and the large corporation. Yeah, that's all my side. Thank you.
Thank you. Next is Mr. Song.
Hi, I'm John Song. I'm pretty honored to be a part of this panel with excellent panelists here. I am a representative partner for Green Transformation Lab. And at the same time, I'm a strategic director for a blockchain and climate institute in the UK. Before making my own company, I was working at Green Climate Fund in Songdo, the UNFCCC finance mechanism here. To tell you a little bit of background of myself, I wanted to be a poet when I was at high school. And I participated in the extracurriculum activity with my friends, and I wrote some poems, you know. And then my literature teacher was reading them and then threw them away. So I gave up to be a poet. But that aspiration still remains through my whole life. And one poet that I loved so much when I was at high school, he told me, there is 2 ridges coming up to the peak of truth. The one slope is science. The other slope is poetry. So it means all the scientific or engineering or technology efforts should be combined or can be combined with the imagination of artists, especially poets. Sometimes you see poets tell some things that are very different from what you see normally. So I wanted to see the poetic leadership out of all these 16 companies who presented excellent business ideas and solutions. I found some, but I will tell about that when we are in a real serious discussion.
Wow, that's why we always a headache on the ESG. He came from ESG area, so totally different angle. Okay, then let's talk about today's company. So I think all these 5 panelists has a different background and a different industry, investment or consultation or telecommunication, even the ESG area, green. So reverse, Mr. Song first. Yeah. Do you think overall the capacity and the level of our companies after you're hearing the pitching, and then do you like even one of the 16 company, any company?
Actually, I like them all. Technology-wise, business model-wise, every company has big, huge potential. But what the poetic imagination I told you is related with finding some values. And I tried to see those values, the fundamental values, deeper and at the same time higher values that we have to pursue. I think that's trust, transparency, and integrity. And I try to see if those companies are aiming at those higher values or something other which is big or grand again. For example, ZKRYPTO showed a really good example of trust, transparency, and integrity. And as well, Rokit Healthcare, Humelo, and ReCircle, and Elephantech. And actually, Elephantech showed a really great example of poetic aversion from normal thinking. So you created very similar technologies, but from a really different angle. So I think this kind of pivoting a little bit from the ordinary thinking and the legacy thinking gives you a big difference. So I would like to congratulate all those 16 companies who presented today, and I hope that you all make unicorns. But being unicorn is not so important as you pursue really good values that can make these societies much, much better and fight against the climate change and climate crisis. Thank you.
Thank you. So you do very good homework today. And I'm very happy to hear about different angle of your judge. Okay, then about Ohira.
Yeah. So today I received many impressions from the grade 16 startups, and we are many evaluations contents, but I feeling the every startups speakers having the social good. What is a social good point? That's a very important angle for me. So today I focusing on the ReCircles that I visited India many times. So I feeling the that problems, waste problems. So I respect that activities for the in India, and so their activities are expanding to the all over the world, I think. The one more thing is the Bionesia. Yeah, that I feel in the more early or Series A. I'm not sure about that, but that's a very early stage, I think. But now is very huge waste and huge problem things. Recycle, the reuse for the energy and the gas, the changing that point is very important. Yeah, I feel in the other countries, some other country is the same problem happening. So they two startups is we are loving the personally, but evaluation is different.
Right. Thank you. How about Nick?
So I wouldn't name names because I run a venture capital, but I was very interested in two companies. And I think when startup pitches, like we get a lot of pitches, and we help entrepreneurs, first-time entrepreneurs and serial entrepreneurs come up with ideas and really brainstorm. There's two patterns where some startups are creating a problem when there's no problem out there. And another is, they're tackling a problem that it's solvable and then needs to be solved, and also looking at a very scalable point of view. And these two startups was really solving a problem and has the global market potential of scalability. And I think go to action on their operational strategy was, so as far as I saw on the pitch, sounded great. So sooner or later I will come to you and say hello. So yeah, this is, maybe it's a harsh comment for 2 out of 16, but that's reality, because some companies can pursue and really progress, whereas in the middle, if you're doing better to have action items, it tends to be taken over, for example, by the bigger players. So really my message is have the real pain to solve and have the operational skill set to really tackle the problem, even the bigger players comes in later.
Right. I don't know who's the two company, but I congratulate in advance. This is that's all. Investor has an interest in two companies. So our pitching session is done. Right. Thank you for saying that. How about Dario?
I have to admit that at the beginning I was concerned because my grading was very high, and I thought, what happens if? But I could not put myself to say this is medium. So I was really impressed through a lot of those. And you're always dealing with the challenge of doing 8 minutes, something that should be done in the longer term. So well done on all of that. There are two of them that I thought they were surprising me, and surprising for the way the problem was articulated, and that they're different. One is a known and very telecom solution, which I should feel close to my heart. I think it was Papaya, which presented the view of internal locations, great commercial opportunity. Something's been there, something with lots of competitions, but it really sounded great. And that's where my comfort zone is. It was not my comfort zone, and I was surprised, but and against the horrible picture that I've seen, the Rokit Health was showing such an important, human tissues creations, and also very smart implementations with tools for the visual, the VR, the taking of the picture itself, where all the mobile technologies we've seen right now, with the very big printing machines for fat, etc. So all of that seems to have been taken in two different perspectives, very interesting. I say one less telecommunications. But well done to all of those. I have to admit, most of the times I look at all of these thinking, what happened if, which is my versions. Mobile, the 20 history of our community, which is ours as a community, has seen some very big multi-billion-dollar company coming from nothing. All of those, including, I think, Twilio, Dazones, and a few others, there were small companies coming through our ranks, and nobody knew at the beginning, but they had to change dramatically through their life. And my first thinking to all of you is, what happened if? And I think a lot of you seem to point it out on some of that. You were thinking about alternatives. That was very good, by the way. But I wish you all of the resilience to be able to change a bit if things go slightly different.
Thank you. Thank you. How about Sean?
If you look at Korean telecom market, it's not growing much. Actually, like 10 years ago when we first deployed LTE network in Korea, I remember that the service revenue of 3 telcos, LGU Plus, our service revenue increased by 12%, 2-digit. Maybe some of you think it's slow, but if you look at the size of the telecom revenue, it was like amazing. But I just look up the last year's revenue growth, it was 3%. Even though we deployed 5G network, people are not think 5G is that fast anymore, like 4G. So, and this year I think the revenue will not as much as 3%. So we are seeking for new growth. Every telco does. KT, SKT, LGU Plus, all the telcos. with a lot of revenue. We are seeking for new growth. So that's the reason that we are focusing on solutions, especially for B2B SaaS areas and smart factory solutions, and also the new services such as healthcare services. So for two verticals, I was really interested in those two verticals, and all the companies was really amazing. I want to talk to you guys more as going forward. So last year at the LGU Plus, we announced that we want to be the platform company, and we want to change to be the platform company. We used to provide, we used to be a pipeline provider, just providing internet, telecom services, but afterwards we want to provide some solutions as going forward. So to do that, actually we don't have that technology. We are a big company, but we are not that nimble and we are not that fast. So we have to collaborate with the startups. So that's the reason that we try to invest in startups and make alliance with startups. So it was really nice hearing from you guys, and I hope we have further opportunities as going forward.
Thank you. Well, we are talking about the good thing for the company, and I want to talk about the more different opposite angle of the feedback. Is there any more improvement point or some advice? If you picked some company and the detailed example is much more welcome. If you're not comfortable, then overall, it can be more good if they changing something. Then could you give me a feedback? So starting from the Sean, sorry.
Well, it's always hard to say something like that. Because I hear a lot of IRs and pitches all the time from many companies and startups, and many times their ideas are good, but maybe it's not easy to execute those business says. Maybe it's because lack of resources, because of circumstances. Many times they really work hard, but it's the environment that makes them, can't scale up. So actually, I don't have any.
Okay, accepted.
So yeah, you guys are great. Yeah,
accepted. Then I'm gonna change my question. From the Silicon Valley through the Korea, all different world now have very struggle because of economic situation, especially in the startup area. Investment side is very rapidly reduced, so much. So early stage or the company is very difficult to getting fund. So do you have any recommendation to prepare this kinds of recession as a startup investment viewpoint? How they can survive? Any other tip or some advice? John Song first.
Oh my. Thank you for the question. Actually, I had some few comments on each individual business, and I will add a comment related to your question. The first one is about the ReCircle, actually, which is a really good business model, and actually, which is very much needed for fighting climate change. But the whole business model didn't show, you presented model today, didn't show how the people can get engaged into the cycle of this circular business. And I'm from Canada, so in Canada, for example, we have a bottle depots, so where they collect all the plastic bottles and they deliver them to the manufacturers and any other persons, stakeholders who are interested in. And then we get some pennies, like $1, $2 for each 10 bottles. So it is a very stable business model already. But I couldn't see the similar business model out of your ReCircle. So I would like to recommend you to look into that one. And then the important thing you have to consider is that how you would classify all the different plastic waste into recyclable categories and how you to value those plastics to compensate anyone who brings the bottle or the plastics. And the baionosia, which is another very important one for climate fight. And when I heard cow dung, it so refreshed me. I love the word dung, not manure. And actually this one is, again, didn't include the farmers and herd farms and so forth into the cycle of this business model. So I would like to see how the farmers and those ones who take care of all the cattle can get benefit out of this business cycle. Then this business model will make it much stronger. I'm a more romantic person, so I'm not like the investors. Because I made many pitches and none of them was successful in front of investors. And I felt, oh, they are so ignorant. And they are so subjective. So eventually, I'm looking back all my history of my business, I realize and I think, wow, it's really, really hard to satisfy all those people sitting in the evaluation panel for your business pitch. But regarding the Elephantech, you spent 6 years to make the technology complete, ready for the market. It's just like Edison testing 10,000 different ways of making electric bulb. So who can say you will be successful and you will not be successful? It's not on other people's eye, but yourself, you know. So I would like to encourage more than criticize that you do your best, continue your effort. And then maybe he chose only 2, maybe I choose 8 or 10. So hopefully you could make the cut. Thank you.
Very poetic critique and feedback, right?
I want to add. So basically, Antler is all about the people. So we invest in people. So I believe we're the most loving venture capital out there because we spend 10 weeks. Usually the venture capital will spend 3 hours, 10 hours and make an investment, whereas they spend 400 hours in our office. We spend 100 hours with them face-to-face, either with me or the team, and we really work on the business model together, which is the investment that we make through our cohort program. And we also sometimes do external deals. And in that case, I still work with the founder on building the business, getting the clients, and also in regards to your question about, okay, so what does the startups do in recession time? Most recently, the company I had a very difficult discussion with was that because they were missing the KPIs for the business plan that they have created, yes, there's many difficulties in the world, and the plans always change, and you got to pivot. However, I told them if they don't have enough traction, they have to figure out to kind of secure a runway at least 12 months, 16 months, and they do have that runway. So they were kind of restructuring on what is there to do, rather than just focusing on titles of their like COO or head of operation. You got to be kind of open-minded and kind of do a big rotation. This is usually for large enterprises, but I believe having to kind of move the resources around and come up with ideas, think outside the box, and then also considering of the runway that they have, and really telling everyone, the teammate, that what needs to be done. Some members said they're not the highest executive in the company. It's like, I don't need to get paid if you guys don't have money. And we're like, no, we do have, but we just need a collaboration. So having to really consider like the KPIs, and also, being a hard investor, we might say, hey, you have to work on the cost, but it's really about open and sharing with the whole team to really focus on one goal to achieve if the market is not ready. And I always believe that you should always talk to the investor that has entrepreneur experience. In Japan, many of the venture capitals are run by a bunch of salarymen who doesn't want to take risk because they don't want to lose their job or they want to be conservative. In my case, I've done 2 of my own startup, serve as CEO and country manager, and being also seconded as a fund to operate. So, come to Antler. We are in 28 cities.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. For the startup, setting the KPI and keep the KPI little by little, one by one. So theoretically, it's very natural and reasonable, but in reality, they are very busy. Keep tracking, and they have so many tackle different KPI coming up from outside. So I think that's very good comment how we maintain our companies from the culture and trend. Keep promising each other like a one by one. Thank you.
And also, acceleration and brakes are important. So some part, if you think it's going to work out, just press accelerator. That's why the venture capital is invested in you. And for places that you think you should stop, you just stop everything and rethink about it.
Thank you. How about the Ohira?
Yeah. So I'm not investors, so I'm focusing on the ecosystem supporters goal. So we are supporting the many Japanese corporate venture capital, salaryman venture capital, right? So we are supporting the many corporate venture capitals. So Japan is still not effective, is so limited because the interest is very lower, still lower, stable. So now is the Japanese government corporate venture capital is very interested in the investment, very active. And so the Japanese government is decided that 5 years startup supporting initiatives. Last year is the first year. This year is the second year. They spend a very big grant, not only Japanese startup, overseas startup coming to the Japan and establish the office, hiring the Japanese people. They are providing the many grants.
It's good to know that.
Yeah. That's a total chance. And this year is very increasing for the request for me. So enter the Japanese market and the fundraise from the Japanese corporate venture capitals. Now is a chance. So because good to bad and bad, Japan is still stable. So still stable. That's a very good chance for the market, I think.
I heard the Japan economy is so hot right now, right? Not stable. It's very hot every day. Okay, thank you. How about Daria? Yeah.
2 comments on the what could have been better, and one and something on what to do in case of. Okay, so very quickly. Maybe the first comment is some of you might have put a bit more of data, and some of you did. Some of them we did not have some of the numbers, and it's a question of trust. And it's difficult to imagine here to go and talk to everybody and have a trust, but that's fair enough. But that's also how you win people sometimes. It's a bit of a gamble. The second part, which is very similar to what we heard before, is about ecosystems and collaboration really make a difference. And when you talk about who else you can, name and refer to, you probably should also say what you do with them, how you create value, because that's really added a bit more. You got somebody here, great name, support. What do you do with them? That's the first question that comes to mind is, how do you create more value by being together? How is it just that they like you? That's great, but sometimes they forget about you.
Like just PowerPoint is very small place to fill it up to the whole story.
Yeah, exactly. But I think that out of the old stories that you got, and you got some great stories, you need to have friends, which is back to a third point, which is what happens when things don't go so good. Now, when you're already part of an ecosystem, when you're part of something else, people cannot forget about you. If you can show how you're already making a stride with others in them, then you've got a safety net, and that does help. And that's very difficult because everything at the beginning is about you and your company at first. And you have to prove who you are, etc. But soon, especially if you want to become the long term, you have to be meaning something to a lot of other people. And that's where, in some of your presentation, by the way, well done, you could see that that was really working as well. And yes, the time are difficult, but as I was saying before, and as we heard it, if anything, pivot, change. Change is your great key. Nobody asks you to stay the same. Just consider what else you could do today, what you have for tomorrow.
Thank you. Sean? Yeah.
Well, usually when the market is really good, I really envy the VC side, like Antler. Whenever we go to some startups and we ask for the investment, oh, we want to invest in your company, and they say, okay, I don't need your company's money. We just want the money from the VC side, because sometimes big corporates, they ask some collaboration with the startups. But when the market is bad, I think it's good for the startups to collaborate with the big companies. And so I think it's kind of an opportunity for strategic investors like me. So this market, maybe VCs and startups, you guys maybe feel bad, but for me, I think it's an opportunity to invest in good, great companies like you guys. So like Humelo, they are working with KT, so I envy Humelo as well. KT is our competitor, so hard to talk to him, but just kidding, just kidding. But so I think in this kind of bad economic situation, I think working with the SI is one of option, I guess, because we have thousands of corporate customers and we have 50 million B2C customers. So if you guys collaborate with the big telecom companies like us, you can provide your service throughout our network and throughout our distribution channels. So please consider SI investments.
Thank you so much. And before we proceed to the last question, I didn't share my question earlier before we met each other. So today, I'm sorry to bother you. It's a very ugly question. Last question is, okay, we heard about all the good feedback or some encourageable feedback. Everything is okay. But what else? This is GSMA and GDIN set of structure, AI, ML, ESG, this sector. What other sector you are looking for as an investor or some supporter? Then share that your personal or company-wise direction and closing remark by Tan. So, Mr. Umezawa, you first.
So as previously mentioned, we are all about the people because we're investing from day zero till Series C. So it's all about if the founder has passion, the problem is there, how to solve, and they have the operational skill set as well as the passion to really achieve something is what we look at. So we accept any industry as long as they are really strong and energetic to accomplish anything. We don't ask about the age. We have people we've invested in people in 80 nationalities. 30% of them are women co-founders, and 40% of companies are ESG and impactful companies. 15% are impactful, climate companies. So really, we're very broad. And so at the end of the day, I've been saying from the beginning, startup is all about the execution. So please work on really building the business and working with your investors and really working with the team to reach the goal that you want to achieve by just getting the execution done and pushing forward. Thank you.
Thank you. How about Dario?
Lovely themes we've seen today. Others we will usually cover. Conversational commerce, which is using messaging for business applications. WeChat has opened up the doors, but there's much more that can be done. I would say identity and authentication, which is the internet is great because nobody knows who you are, but that's also why the internet is so bad at the same time. So you need to know who the average people are, who that company is, etc. So that's one of the central issues for the next generation of the internet. The third point, which is a nice one, is the future of content. So much is changing in content, and especially on the mobile and how we approach it. I think we also have a fourth, which is a bit more generic at the moment, but we do like it a lot, which is how we collaborate company to company, which probably, again, needs to change a lot. It's more of a business-to-business activities that we do. And it's like talking about API and other things. And I think those are the four that we currently look on top of the one you have.
Thank you so much. Mr. Hoira?
Yeah, thank you. So first, my role is, my role is head of the Asia regions. So we cover the not industry, so like a region covers. So we are focusing on the various regions and the cover for the last year is a Wave 3 things. It's booming, and this year is a generative AI. That's also my official work. But individually, I'm very interested in the fintech areas. So financial service is very, how to say, I'm very emotional and so deep. I would like to learn the deep understanding things. So my life work is fintech startups supporting that. Yeah, that's my.
Thank you so much. Sean, could you?
Okay, so like smart factories and B2B SaaS area is one of our focusing area for now, and healthcare services as well. And also we, as I said before, that LGO Plus, we announced that we want to be the B2C service platform company as going forward from the just pipeline company. So we are seeking a lot of B2C service companies to acquire and invest. Also, the AI is definitely the important part that we are looking for. You know, our corporate customers, they want the AI solutions as going forward. So we are keep finding those solutions, and KT already invested in many companies, and we are finding the right partners. You know, it's going forward. So those two areas we are going to focus as well.
Thank you so much. Mr. Song.
Yeah, I would like to encourage everyone to look into the next phase of technology development, including digital transformation. And somebody started calling Web 3.0, where individual persons can be centers of businesses and finances and actions. I have been seeing the integration of technologies between green, industrial, and digital, and fintech, and legacy ICT. So I think this integrating all these technologies toward the solutions that are needed for the world now will be a really important area. For example, the wildfires in Hawaii, wildfires in Canada, heat waves in China, floods in Pakistan, everywhere. The climate disasters are happening now. So we cannot ignore that. So one of those things that we can do to prevent all those disasters and encourage the whole global community to move forward in the action to fight against the climate changes is that we need to have a really crispy, clear mechanism to measure where those carbon dioxide is coming, how we are acting on it, how effective is our action against carbon dioxide and GHG. It's called digital MRV, or climate information and early warning system. So I'm encouraging you to look into those business areas using your solutions even to find out what solutions you can develop out of what you have already to solve immediate global problems. I think we have to be more ambitious and brave in tackling those problems. That's my final comment.
Thank you so much. I hope that Mr. Song, today you find out the carbon MRV perfect solution here. Yeah. Oh, this is our last question to the panelists. Thank you for attending and sharing your knowledge and experience. I think it will be very helpful to our 16 company. One more adding, just several minutes ago, I just closed my eyes and tried to hear all different 16 companies pitching. I cannot distinguish where it came from. Japan, Indonesia, or Singapore, Korea, I don't know. So I think to make the collaboration, we need first delete perception. With the startup and the knowledge sharing and the great idea formation, I think that we need to collaborate. With the LGU Plus, a big help, it's a big brother, and the venture capitalists to help. So then we can extend more bigger market and more big benefit for the human being. So this is, I think, the GSMA's main goal. So over the telecommunication, the infrastructure, how we deploy all your different great ideas to make better our life. Thank you for attending and good job, all 16 startups. Thank you. Thank you so much.